So today we will talk about the Chilika Lake. Why we are talking about the Chilika Lake? Recently nearly 11 lakh birds visited in the Chilika Lake, and that's why Chilika Lake is in the news. And Chilika Lake is popularly known as the largest brackish water and the largest wintering ground in the Indian subcontinent. So that's why we are talking about the Chilika Lake. So let's talk about the Chilika Lake. As I have told you that as per the water bird census, so there is a census took place in the Chilika Lake basically in the winter, because many of the birds recently earlier the 12 lakh birds visited in the Chilika Lake, and now 11 lakh birds is visited. So according to the water bird status survey 2021 conducted in the Chilika, a total of 10,24,173 birds of the 107 water bird species and 37,953 individual of 76 wetland dependent species were counted in the entire lagoon. This is lagoon is basically the Chilika Lake we are talking about. So around the nearly 11 lakh birds, which is from the wetland dependent species or also as the water bird species, according to the census conducted by the water bird status survey 2021 visited here. Remember that one of the uncommon Mongolian ghoul is bird is also visited in the Chilika Lake, and that's why we are talking about the Chilika Lake. So if you talk about the census, remember that this census was undertaken jointly by the Odisha State Wildlife Organization and the Chilika Lake Development Authority. Why Chilika Lake Development Authority formulated? Because of this visit of migratory species in the winter season. So remember that that's why there is a Chilika Development Authority for the maintenance of this migratory species and for the conservation of this species, or there will be no poaching etc. took place, so which is the responsibility comes under the Chilika Development Authority. Remember that. And also conducted by the Bombay Natural History Society. This is the three coordination agency which actually conducted this survey, and around the 107 personnel is also deployed in the Chilika Lake to basically look at the matter. So remember that. If you talk about the lagoon was divided strategically into 21 segments for the session, and that's why this has been conducted. And Chilika Lake hosts birds migrating from the thousands of miles away from the basically the Caspian Sea. So birds came from where? The first is the Caspian Sea, Aras Area Sea, Russia, Mongolia, Central and South Asia, and Ladakh and Himalaya are the areas from where actually birds visited to the Chilika Lake. Now the question arises, why Chilika Lake? Why so many birds actually visited in the Chilika Lake? There are the 2 to 3 reasons. Firstly, in their areas very cold winter and they are not able to sustain in that way, and that's why they migrate to the Chilika Lake where some warm water is found. And another reason is the fish. Because of the large availability of food in the Chilika Lake actually force the birds to migrate to the Chilika Lake from their areas where actually they are already situated. So these are the 2 reasons which force the birds to migrate in the Chilika Lake. So now let's talk about the Chilika Lake. If you talk about the Chilika Lake, then remember that Chilika Lake is the largest brackish water lake. This is the very important information, is the largest brackish water. Largest brackish water means where the salt is more and more present. Remember that. And the wintering ground of birds in the Indian subcontinent. Remember that I am talking about Indian subcontinent, not all about world. So remember that. So it is the largest brackish water and wintering grounds for the birds in Indian subcontinent. If we talk about it is, means the Chilika Lake is the Asia's largest and the world's second largest lagoon. In Asia, if you talk about the largest lake, and in the world the second largest lake is the Chilika Lake. Remember that. If you talk about major attraction at the Chilika Lake is the Irrawaddy dolphin. This is the very important information which you can identify which lake we are talking about. So Irrawaddy dolphin is the main attraction of the Chilika Lake. Remember that. If you talk about the large Nalabara Island, forest of reeds covering about 16 square kilometer in the lagoon was declared as a bird sanctuary in 1987 by passing a law. So remember that. If we talk about the Kali Jai temple is located on the island in the Chilika Lake. This is the basic information on the basis of which you can identify which lake we are talking about. So remember that. If we talk about the vast mud flats and abundant fish stock suitable to migrate. As I have already told you, why migratory or why the birds actually came here in the winter season. The main reason is the fish stock, and another is the vast mud flats, means there are the suitable water and warm water is available present for the birds. So remember that. Further, if you talk about, then remember that it was designated as first wetland of international importance under the Ramsar Convention is another important information about the Chilka Lake. So it is the first wetland of international importance in 1981 under the Ramsar Convention declared Chilka Lake as the wetland of international importance. So this is the basic information about the Chilka Lake. So if you talk about the Chilka Lake Development Authority, then remember that in 1992 this Chilka Lake Development Authority was set up by the Odisha government. Remember that. If you talk about this Chilka Lake Development Authority was set up for the restoration and overall development of the lake. So what happened that there was a degradation was going on the Chilka Lake, which not only affecting the species which are situated in the Chilka Lake, but also the people which are actually dependent on the Chilka Lake, on Chilka Lake resources. And that's why this Chilka Lake Development Authority was set up basically for the restoration and overall development of the lake and benefit for the people. So remember that. If we talk about the governing body of the authority, means the Chilka Lake Development Authority is headed by the CM of Odisha. Remember that CM of Odisha, and also there are the stakeholder secretaries and the some of the parliamentary MLA and fisheries communities etc. in this governing body. But this is headed by the Chief Minister. Remember that. If you talk about what are the main function of the Chilka Lake Development Authority, basically to protect the lake ecosystem with all genetic diversity. Remember that. If we talk about to formulate the management plan for integrated resource management and wise use of lake resources by community depending on it. Another, if you talk about to collaborate with the various national and international institutions for the development of the lake is another main functions of the Chilka Lake Development Authority. So these are the all about the Chilka Lake. So what is the summary of this video? Remember that Chilka Lake is the Asia's largest lagoon and the world's second largest lagoon. If you talk about another basic information about the Chilka Lake, then remember that it is the largest brackish water and the largest wintering ground in the Indian subcontinent. Remember that. It is also is the first wetland of international importance declared by under the Ramsar Convention in 1989 is another basic information. Nala Bana Bird Sanctuary is located on the Chilka Lake, which is around the 16 square kilometer is another basic information about the Chilka Lake. Remember that. Kali Jai temple is situated on the island of the Chilka Lake is another basic information about the Chilka Lake. So remember that. What is the main thing why actually species visited in the Chilka Lake? The first is the large mud vast flatland, means the large wintering ground and large water in the, and another is the availability of food which includes fish and another thing. So this is the reasons why actually birds visited in a large amount from the Aral Sea, Black Sea, and if you talk about the Russia, Mongolia and the Ladakh and the Himalayas as well. So thank you guys, hope you like this video.